On the Republican side, the war of words between Donald Trump and Marco Rubio that began during Thursday's debate is only getting worse. Here's Juliana Goldman.
He couldn't get elected dog catcher in Florida.
He's flying around on Air Force One.
For the second day, Donald Trump and Marco Rubio hurled the kind of insults more often heard in a schoolyard than in a presidential campaign.
Rubio, total lightweight, and little mouth on him. Bing, bing, bing.
Donald Trump, a con artist, will never get control of this party.
I see him starting to sweat. Thank God he has really large ears, the biggest ears I've ever seen, because they were protecting him.
The guy with the worst spray tan in America is attacking me for putting on makeup. Donald Trump likes to sue people. He should sue whoever did that to his face with that.
Rubio is betting on mudslinging to defeat the GOP frontrunner, but others in the party fear a Trump victory is inevitable.
It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you the next president of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
As Trump rewrites the campaign playbook, he's forging new alliances with Republicans betting he's the winner, like with Chris Christie and Maine's Governor Paul LePage, who, according to the New York Times, just last week said a Trump nomination would deeply wound the Republican Party. Meanwhile, Republican leaders like Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell are working on a backup plan. The Times says he's given Republican incumbents the green light to break with Trump if he's the nominee. But the Republican Party may be too decentralized. Various attempts to stop Trump went nowhere, like a super PAC proposed in this memo that was circulated last fall to top donors, including billionaire Sheldon Adelson. If Trump wins, it said, everyone loses. Trump's opponents do seem to have unified around calling on him to release his tax returns. To up the pressure, Rubio today provided forms showing he and his wife made $2.3 million from 2010 to 2014 and paid about $526,000 in taxes. But these are just summaries of those filings. They're not the complete returns like Hillary Clinton has provided and like Mitt Romney released in 2012. Juliana Goldman, CBS News, Washington.
All right. Now for some analysis. John, let me ask you what you think about this escalation that we've been seeing, the war of words. It was interesting to note on the debate stage, Marco Rubio taking a much different tack. Now, though, it seems like a back and forth in a schoolyard.
At best.
At best.
At best, right?
Yeah.
Life is like high school, and,
Right.
and apparently presidential campaigns are too.
Right.
Look, I've been talking to some Republicans, and what I'm hearing is that they think this is the last-ditch effort by Rubio. He doesn't have much to lose, and if he's lucky, he'll get under Donald Trump's skin, and Donald Trump will start to get a little intemperate. And the argument Rubio's making that's, like, I guess, a little more substantive is that Donald Trump shouldn't be trusted with nuclear codes. So if you can get him to blow up and look intemperate while he's saying he shouldn't be trusted with the nuclear codes, maybe he can start to chip away at Donald Trump. It's a bank shot.
Yeah. I mean, but what's intemperate for Donald Trump? You know what I mean? Like, what is the definition of that?
Well, I think if his head blew up or something, there'd be like
because he said some
steam came out of his ears.
Right.
No, I'm talking about angry and temperate rather than.
I see.
Most of the things when he's cutting other people down, when he's knocking them, there's ridicule in that. There's
it's like a twinkle in his eye.
Yeah,
almost.
a little humor. He looks like he's having fun knocking them around.
Right.
But if he got really angry,
I see.
That might be something that Rubio could carry against him. But it's a long shot,
Yeah.
and again, people are telling me they think he has nothing to lose, so why not try it?
Yeah, Steve, what do you think about that? I mean, I guess the notion is that Donald Trump has been sort of the happy warrior up until this point, and maybe with these concerted attacks, continued attacks, that he'll give and he'll be angry, and that'll be enough to turn off some voters.
Yeah, I think, Rubio has a lot of ground to make up between him and Donald Trump, and I just don't know that insulting his way forward is the way to really do it. I think he's got to make an argument that he's a better choice, and he's going to try to peel off some of the support that that's going to Trump, which is, people who are angry at how Washington's working, and they want somebody to go in there and shake things up. And I think going in there and talking about spray tans and hair, which is hilarious. I mean, I'm enjoying it as somebody who likes to watch stand-up comedy once in a while. But I just don't know how that gets you 10 points if you're down to Donald Trump in all these states.
I'm told we have that bite. Let's go ahead and play it.
It is time to open our eyes. It is time to open our eyes. We cannot allow a con artist to get access to the nuclear codes of the United States of America. It's a big fraud. And it's time to open our eyes, and we will in the days and weeks to come. I'm confident of it. Now, what happens when you attack Donald? He goes on Twitter. You guys want to have a little fun today? All right. All right. Well, last night he actually was pretty calm after I punched him around a little bit. I think he's learning how to spell, I guess somebody said here. But he's flying around on Air Force One and tweeting. So here's the one tweet he put out. He put out a picture of me having makeup put on me at the debate, which is amazing to me that a guy with the worst spray tan in America is attacking me for putting on makeup. Donald Trump likes to sue people. He should sue whoever did that to his face with that.
All right, let's go to our Nancy Cortez, who is in Columbia, South Carolina at Clinton campaign headquarters there. Nancy, I imagine the Democrats and Hillary Clinton and her campaign in particular are watching all of this stuff happening on the Republican side very, very closely.
They're definitely getting some good ideas for one-liners from Marco Rubio. You can almost see them at campaign headquarters in Brooklyn going, ooh, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, let's remember that for a couple months from now. And you have to wonder where Marco Rubio would be in the polls today if he had started using some of those attack lines a few months ago instead of going after Ted Cruz. And not just, the sort of easy one-liners about hair and spray tans, but as he did in the debate, really putting Donald Trump's record front and center, pointing out how many times he's been sued, pointing out, essentially the fraud that was Trump University, pointing out that his health care plan consists entirely of getting rid of the lines between the states, as Marco Rubio put it, and encouraging more competition. And I think that the Clinton campaign realizes, and they're really grappling with, the reality that if this is a Clinton-Trump race, it is going to look nothing like the race that they planned to run or wanted to run, and there's no use crying over spilled milk. You can't take the high ground indefinitely against a candidate like Trump who's going to go for the jugular. Even if Hillary Clinton, let's say, ends up being viewed more favorably than Donald Trump, even if she ends up being viewed more honest and trustworthy, if he drags her reputation through the mud, and he's going to be talking every day about Benghazi, about the emails, about things that other candidates wouldn't talk about, like her husband's infidelities, she is going to have to come up with a plan to hit back at him. And maybe it is this approach that Rubio's taking, where he